All right, everybody. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. What day is it? Is it Wednesday? Oh
Wednesday.
my God, it's Wednesday. And yes, my beautiful co-host Jax is with us tonight. That is my wife, my best friend, my partner, my soulmateist. She just got back from a tattoo session, a gnarly leg tattoo session, multiple hours, and she got home like 10 minutes ago, and she is here because she loves y'all. She came up and she said, I don't want to miss this. I want to be able to hang out with everybody. I hope that everybody is having a great day today. I know that I am. So look, it's starting to get warm again, even here in Oregon. And I'm on the second floor, and I just got to tell you, I can't run my AC while I'm doing a live or recording. So it's hot up here. It is hot. It is sweaty. So I'm not going to be wearing a shirt. And if you have a problem with a partially naked man, I understand. It's okay. I know that my nippies are offensive. I also think that if you have a problem with a partially naked man, you have a lot of gay thoughts running through your head. And that's okay too. We don't got no problem with that. But you should probably acknowledge that. So if anybody wants to leave because of the nippies, I understand. I'm not going to hate on you, man. It's all good. We accept your lifestyle. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. You are halfway through this week. I know it's been a rough week already. We got a lot of construction going on. We have our whole living room window torn out because we are putting in a big ass window. Because since our house that we're building is renovating an old pole barn into an authentic 2-story house, we ain't had no window down there. And when you have 2 dogs, and one of them is a Boston Terrier and the other is a French Bulldog, both cute, we love them so much, but the smells that emanate, particularly from a French Bulldog,
Day yesterday.
and especially when your wife be feeding the Frenchie steak, it just kind of smells different. I've been to fucking zoos. I've been to elephant exhibits with 3-foot wide, 2-foot tall elephant turds that smelled better than what was coming out of our Frenchie. I have smelled Tweaker's breath on day 8 of being up and not brushing they twofers that smells better than what was emanating from our French Bulldog. So it kind of just is what it is. We got the living room torn up and we're putting in a winder. We're actually putting in 2 winders. It's going to be great. I love it. Dr. Dre knows. So I want to give a shout out to the mods. We're about to jump into this whole thing. We're going to be, I want to let you guys know, I have been all across this country and I have met some great law enforcement. See, I'm a retired career criminal. I've done prison time. For 20 years, I was a drug addict and a criminal. That's how I supported my habit. Nowadays, I go back into prisons. I help people as much as I can. I try to meet people at their bottom. You know what I'm saying? So that I can help show them that I was there, dog, and there is a way out. And it's not boring and it's not lame. You ain't got to be Ned Flanders, Oakley Dokley, to have a good time and be sober, man, and to live a life where you ain't got to show your butthole to police. It's really important to me. So, I also have worked with law enforcement to put pedophiles where they belong. In prison. I mean, they don't help me get them in the wood chipper, which would be my first choice. You know what I'm saying? But if we get them into prison, then the boys can get at them in there. And that makes me feel real good about life too. And I have never seen sheriffs quite like Florida sheriffs, y'all. I lived in Florida for 10 years. I was actually wanted here in the state of Oregon. They wanted to give me 10 years in prison. And I didn't feel like giving it to them because I'd already been to prison here and I decided I didn't like it much. So I went to the state of Florida where I knew they wouldn't extradite me back to the state of Oregon because the state of Florida and the state of Oregon don't get along. It's understandable. I understand why. So I went over there and spent 10 years there, and the sheriffs there they're different, bro. And we're going to be hearing from Sheriff Grady Judd, who's one of my favorites. I love me some Mike Chitwood out of Volusia County. But Sheriff Grady Judd, bro, he takes it to the H&L. Mob Stopper, I love you. Mob Stopper said JD is the GOAT. Thank you so much, homie. That is a day one in this community. Original owner 777. Bull breeds have double jointed butts. Another J1 in this community, and I have never heard the double jointed butt. They also have big boned butts, bro. But yeah, the things that come out of them, bro, absolutely insane. The Texas Trash Panda, thank you so much. I had 2 Boston Terriers named Freedom and Lily. You could wake the dead with their smells. I love them so much.
I woke up from a dead
so much. I wasn't asleep yet because the dog's butthole was pointed at me. It was pointed at me. She had the face. I pointed at her. I had the butthole because, you know, they got to sleep sideways, right? To take up as much room as humanly possible. And this dog was farting and it was keeping me awake. He fell asleep and woke up, and all of a sudden I hear, oh God, what was that? It was the French bulldog just air shitting across us. Aimed at me. She got caught in the friendly fire. How crazy is that? Let's hear from old Grady Judd, man. So like I said, a lot of people, seeing as I talk about prison, I talk about true crime. Some people might call me a bootlicker because I now associate with law enforcement. Angry Cops from the Unsubscribed podcast, really good friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? Sheriff John Stanley out in Arkansas. If a cop is doing good things and I don't think they're a tyrant, I'm going to ride out with them, man. I'm an American. I'm not a fucking criminal. I'm not a drug addict. I mean, I'm always going to be a drug addict, but I'm in recovery, which is pretty cool. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an American citizen, and I'm for the American citizens. So if there are cops out there who are protecting our rights, not trampling them like tyrants, which a lot of them do that, I'll acknowledge that. But I'm going to ride out with good law enforcement. We need that shit in this country. So call me whatever you want. That's where it is, bro. I stand on that business. Come see me, dog. It's all good. Yo, Blind Ride Strikes, homie. Thank you so much, dog. That's huge. Huge love to you, man. Thank you so much for that support. What's up, JD? Usually here on my normal account. My name on the other account is Jordan. Hope all is well. As always, happy to be there, dude. Thank you so much, Jordan. I deeply appreciate that, man. That support goes so far to help us over here. You have no idea, man. You just absolutely made my day. Thank you, bro. Big love to you. You're welcome here on whatever account you're on, dog. So we're going to jump into this. We're going to add them to stage.
Did you hear me? Did you hear what I said?
All right, so
I want you to understand what deviants these people really are. You know, I had a wish you were here vacation.
Look at that dude he's got the picture of, bro. Look at that dude. Why does that dude look like me if I was like 300 pounds heavier and had a fucked off beard, bro? Like if I had like a patchy neck beard and I was 200 pounds heavier, that shit would be me. That's bad. Arrested on child porn charges. Oh, God, my stomach hurts now. That's fucked up, bro. We should revoke his facial hair, even though it's patchy and messed up. I don't think he deserves it.
It was at the county jail. This is a peaceful protest. This is a riot.
Who do you think he's talking to here? There is such a difference. And I support everyone in this country's constitutional right to peacefully protest. You know, I got the Constitution on deck. I support the right to peacefully protest. Burning up your neighborhood, your mom and pop shops, even your Targets and Walmarts, where your families go to shop. Not only is it illegal, it's insane. It's asinine. You're ruining your own community. Who does that? Look at the difference here. People understand the damn difference. Standing in solidarity for change and looting your Nike store are different shit, homie. Different levels, player.
This is a picture of Christopher. It's a very nice picture in his state prison outfit. You see, if you loot, the next thing you can try to steal is something off of your food tray at the county jail.
Now, you see, DeSantis was behind him. I lived in Florida for 10 years. I'm going to tell you this right now, my dude. Yo, DeSantis was straight up like, during hurricanes and natural disasters, Florida's motto is you loot, we shoot. And DeSantis was on TV telling all Floridians, if someone comes to your house to loot and you have a gun, we want you to shoot them. Shoot them. Shoot them, aim for center mass, shoot to kill. We'll come out and we'll take care of the trash after you're done. Call us. You didn't do nothing wrong. If somebody's looting during a natural disaster and they're on your property and you shoot them, you're going to get a thumbs up and a cookie from the state of Florida, bro. So wildly different from states like California and Oregon and Washington. You know, like, and that's part of why I'm so stoked to do this right now, because this is some shit you'll never see out of the state of Oregon. The state of Oregon made it illegal to show people's mugshots, regardless of their crimes. Kitty diddlers. They're like, oh, well, they could experience difficulties and hardships if you show their mugshot and everybody knows that they rape kids. Fuck, man. It makes no sense to me. This dude puts them on blast on the damn news. And I think we need more of that. You know what I'm saying?
This is not only a bad turkey, he's a bad man. The Southern gentleman who's now a battery suspect who is. Some people are slow learners. This is peaceful protest. This is violence. Charged.
Hey, and so he was smashing out a car window. I don't know if you caught that second picture, but he was smashing out a car window. Why is that shit? Like, Oregon is the epicenter right now for the Tesla attacks, which is just crazy work to me, dude. It's crazy work to me. Like, that I live in a place where liberals are attacking the cars of other liberals that they were guilt tripped into buying because they were eco-friendly. And then a year later, they're getting their private property smashed up. A lot of these people can't sell their Tesla. Nobody in Oregon's buying fucking Teslas, dog. Well, you should have sold your Tesla. To who, bro? Everybody knows you guys are going to vandalize the shit and you might blow it up. Out in Florida, it was funny. I would never own a Tesla, bro. I would never own a Tesla. Somebody would literally have to gift me a Tesla for me to own it, because I've seen like 3 of them catch fire when they got wet. What the fuck? Your car catches fire because it gets wet? That's crazy to me, man. Yo, Race Fan, love you so much. He said, love the channel, love you, bro, and I'm glad you're a part of our community. Thank you for being here.
With 408 counts of child pornography.
Did you hear what he said? 408 counts. Now, if that's not wood chipper material, I don't know what is.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me? So she offers this truck for sale for $200 and says the owner of it's not going to need it any longer because they've been murdered. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear me?
Yo, if I was still a drinking man, I would do a drinking game watching Sheriff Grady Judd. And every time he said the words, did you hear me? Or did you hear what I said? Or a lot, I would drink. And I would be shit hammered, dog. But I don't drink. I haven't drank in, well, shit, I wasn't even drinking when I got into recovery. So it's probably been like 7 years since I've had a drink, somewhere in about. I wasn't keeping track too much. I was on that high-speed chicken feed going wild. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that would be a great drinking game if I was still a drinkist. You know, one of those perpetual drinkists who got blackout drunk and time ported and time traveled and teleported by getting blacked out. I have been that human being in my life, and I'm glad I'm not anymore. This is my poison these days. A little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Drink a couple monsters, get all. I could shotgun these shits too. Did it on the Unsubscribed podcast. Let's go.
Did you hear me? He was purchasing soiled underwear. Did you hear me?
Soiled underwear. I know I keep pausing it, but this shit just keeps getting wilder and wilder. That's why I wanted to do this. I did not watch this before we watched this together because I just wanted to just sort of bask in it. Just sort of bask in the craziness. Dude was buying soiled kids' underwear. Now, I don't even know if the wood chipper's enough. You might need a blood eagle, this nasty motherfucker. There's got to be something, definitely something that you can elevate besides the wood chipper. I feel like the wood chipper, even on slow mode, if the blades are rusty and you lower them down slow and you do it feet first, I still only think at most it's a 5-6 minute escapade. This guy needs it for a while, man. A lot slower.
Do you hear what I said? Sometimes you think you're passing gas and you're not. You can't trust a fart when you're over 60. I know that Jesus ain't happy. I can tell you Helen Keller could have seen all the evidence they left in this.
Woo! Helen Keller could have seen all the evidence they left. I love it when he just like bashes on people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you just dumb as a motherfucker, bro. And bro, I'm sure that somebody is offended that he made fun of Helen Keller, or I don't even think he made fun of Helen Keller, but used her. What's up? I know, that's what I'm saying, but people like to get offended. It makes them feel important. If I'm offended by something, then I feel important.
I feel like the whole world is satire right now.
It is. It is.
Huh, guys? It really is a small world after all. This ain't California. It was evident this morning he might have had 5 brain cells. 3 of them weren't working.
Were your 3 brain cells an overload?
But I want to talk to you today about a turkey that's a bad turkey. I think he's thinking, I don't want to go back to prison. But we're thinking you should.
Leaving the Channel 8 morning show? What were you thinking?
Can you believe that? I expected her to at least say,
bro, isn't it crazy how much of this stuff is about child porn, bro? It's so thick in Florida. And that's the thing, though, is that they actually get out there on the news and they talk about that shit. They call that shit out. A lot of these other states, they try to bury it, dog. You know what I'm saying? They try to keep it out of the public sight. It's going on, but they don't call it out. That's one thing I love about Florida. That's why Florida shit is in the news so much. You know what I'm saying? You're always seeing something about Florida man this, Florida man that. Florida man throws alligator through drive-through window. Florida man on bath salts. This and that, bro. They don't shy away from it. Not only are they going to talk about it, they going to run your face on every channel they got down there. I love that shit, man. That shit makes me happy.
well, the devil made me do it. But I want to introduce to you a thug, a pedigreed thug. You know, we were born in the morning, but it wasn't yesterday. And the reason we didn't arrest Eric is because he's dead. We thought it'd be a waste of time.
He's dead. We thought it'd be a waste of time to arrest him. Another thing about Florida is they pass some good laws, man. You know, if you do the bad touch, if you do the Uncle Creepy touch to a child 13 or under, they gonna give you the death penalty, boy. They gonna run you on that fucking Sparky chair. They gonna give you that lethal injection. You gonna take that night shot and you're not gonna wake up, bro. It ain't gonna be no 3-day resurrection like Jesus. If a kid give you a resurrection, you ain't get no resurrection, dog.
Just between you and me.
And here's our promise. We'll open the door for you at the county jail.
The men and women of law enforcement that write you a ticket today will stand in front of a bullet for you tonight. So you were racing and
he's really optimistic talking about Florida law enforcement like that. Now, like I said, there's some good cops. And in fact, one of the detectives that chased me around Daytona Beach and Volusia County for over a year, me and him became friends after I got into recovery and he saw what I was doing in my community. He went to the same church as me. He went to the same gym as me. He was a metal guitarist. He was cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this about Florida cops. Them motherfuckers like to break laws out there, boy. Them motherfuckers here, they're going to run everything in a way to where they know they're not going to fuck up the court case. They ain't going to do no illegal search and seizure here in Oregon. They'll shoot your ass if you give them a reason. They're way more likely to shoot your ass out here if you give them a reason. They're looking for a reason. Now, I'm not saying they're not looking for a reason to shoot you in Polk County either, because that'd be ignorant. But in Florida, man, I've never seen it so much where they will 100% fuck up a case just to get you. I mean, literally, I've been illegally searched more there than anywhere else I've ever been. And I'd tell them, you know, this isn't going to hold up in court. And they're like, yeah, but I'm taking your dope and all your money and your gun, and you're going to go to jail tonight. I don't care if they let you out tomorrow. That's not my problem. I'm going through all your shit. And it's like, oh, damn, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy work.
You hit a wall, and it was called the Polk County Sheriff's Office. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? Come on, man. What are you thinking? Had that guy, that police officer up there, done that here, I'd have had him in jail by sundown. And one holds the door open for the other, because that's what we do in Polk County. Well, isn't that special? I'm not going to answer that question. Do you have any other questions you want me to not answer?
Bro, the disrespect is so lit. I love that. I've watched that particular clip so many times of him just talking shit. And that lady, that reporter, was being dumb and disrespectful. Well, I mean, you just talked so callously about shooting people. Yeah, he shot at us. So what? And she was asking dumbass questions, bro, and he's not afraid to tell them.
Thank you. God bless you. See you later. You messed up when you.
All right, Joshua, church, what about hailing Satan? For shame. Homie, we don't fuck with Satan over here, bro. That's weird. You on weird time, dog. That's weird time. Cue Ball said, if you're going to fuck up, don't do it in Polk County. Everybody that I messed with in Volusia County that were criminals, dog, I'm going to tell you right now, everybody was like, here's some things you don't do. You don't fuck with the mouse, meaning don't go to Disney trying to do crimes. Because I thought about it for a minute. I was like, bro, I got all these IDs and credit cards. I'm like, let's go to Disney. And everybody's like, the room got silent. And everybody's like, you don't fuck with the mouse, bro. They've got graveyards down there they'll bury you in. There's an underground city with underground law enforcement. And the other thing is just generally don't fuck around in Polk County. I've seen dudes go in high-speed chases, and they were in the next county over, and they got arrested, right? They got stopped. They got arrested. And they were like, oh, I ain't worried about it. I'll be out tomorrow. And they're like, nah, dog, do you know where you are? They're like, what do you mean? You're in Polk County now. Oh, shit. I'm in Sheriff Grady Judd County.
You came to Polk County and thought you could beat up an officer. Just chill out. You know, drink a 7-Up. Eat a moon pie. Quit murdering people. This has more twists and turns than a bucket of snakes. People kept getting killed, and it was like, crap. Give a brother a break here. Quit killing each other in these car crashes. This year's 2021 Christmas Grinch. Now, obviously, this guy's got eggnog for brains. I guess these two folks were busy making goo-goo eyes at each other or not paying attention.
Why do they look related? Tell me they don't look related. Why do I get the feeling this is like one of those Florida cousin situations, which is better than the Florida Fido fucker situations? There's like, so I don't know if you guys have been following the news about Florida, because I follow the Florida crime news, dog, because that's kind of my zone. You know what I'm saying? But there's been like a string of women who have gotten caught doing the nuptials, per se, making the beast with two backs, doing the activities, the, you know, mommy and daddy activities with dogs, and a couple of dudes too. But I think it's been like 5 or 6 chicks have gotten caught. One chick got caught doing it with the dog, and she got arrested, and she got out on bond, and they caught her doing it to another dog. They took her dog away. She got another dog just to fuck on, bro. It's crazy. Some Florida shit. Backwoods Templar, what's up, man? Sheriff Grady Judd should be the sheriff of America. Bro, yeah, dog, I'm telling you right now, I wish that Oregon had the type of sheriffs like Grady Judd and Mike Chitwood, dog. Or fucking Sheriff John Staley out there in Arkansas, man. Not saying that we got bad sheriffs. You know, honestly, it's probably not fair to bash on the sheriffs here, because sheriffs in every state are limited by the laws that are given to them by the lawmakers. And Oregon just has really shitty laws, bro. So I'm sure that they're probably frustrated too. I've talked to so many cops around the state of Oregon that are frustrated with their inability to be able to, like, because I hunt child predators, dog. Sometimes I post about it if I need help and information. A lot of the time I don't post about that shit because that shit shouldn't be for clicks and views, homie. But the cops in Oregon are so fucking frustrated, homie, with what they're able to work with. Because dudes can walk full on booty ass naked and be around kids and they can't arrest them. Dudes can follow kids around booty ass naked, and as long as they're not cranking one off or touching on the kids, they can't arrest them, dog. So I don't want to like villainize the law enforcement here when really we have shit ass laws. Yo, the Texas Trash Panda, thank you again, homie. That means a lot. Texas is another state that don't play when it comes to kitty touchers. Don't mess with Texas. I know that's right, dog. I know that's facts. That's for real, for real. Honey Badger Diaries. Hubby and I are repping Polk County, Florida. Much love, bro. Much love right back to y'all. Hope y'all having a beautiful day out there in Florida.
To the sheriff, our detectives were able to run him down, and he was there. And he had old Pikachu in the car.
Bro, this shit is so disturbing. This child predator was bringing a Pikachu to an encounter that he was trying to have, man. That's a nasty fucking bastard. That needs a wood chipper.
That's right. You had a rush of testosterone and a rush of idiocy. This is a sorry human being. Anyone that would break into someone's home while they were at the funeral of a loved one needs to be put under prison.
Yeah, no doubt about that, bro. If you why you fucking with somebody while they in mourning? That reminds me of how pissed off I am that Jeff Metcalf, Austin Metcalf's dad, and his family ended up getting swatted, bro. Swatting is some nasty shit. I just want you guys to know, if you out there swatting people, don't do that dumbass shit, man. First off, it's a felony. If you're in the same state as somebody, it's a felony. If you're in a different state from somebody, it is a federal felony, and them feds will run you down, boy. They're starting to take this shit real serious. I think it should be an attempted murder charge if you swat somebody. I really think that I think that it should, because you are sending armed and known volatile gang members. The police are just a gang, dog. You will not convince me otherwise. They're a lawfully sanctioned government gang, just like any federal operation, just like most of the branches of the military are gangs, except the Marines. They're a cult. Ask them, they'll tell you. They don't get offended by it. Majora's Mask is better than modern gaming. Nevada has great laws for age of consent. It is 16, but with Romeo and Juliet clause, meaning you can't be 21 and get with the 16-year-old. Nevada rules. I mean, if you have the Romeo and Juliet thing in there, I mean, that kind of do make sense. You know what I'm saying? That kind of do make sense. It makes a lot better sense than a lot of places' laws where the age of consent is 16, because there ain't no way that, like, it drives me nuts, bro. Like, people will get so mad when you talk about Paul Walker and the fact that he dated multiple 16-year-old girls when he was in his 30s. And they'll be like, where's your proof? Bitch, everybody knew. Nobody said shit. While he was alive, nobody said shit. California's laws are, it's wild, bro. And they don't even enforce the law if you're somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. So I get that, having that, instead of the Romeo and Juliet law being a protecting agent in Nevada, it sounds like the Romeo and Juliet law adds limitations that make it safer for the kids instead of safer for, dysfunctional dialect. Hey JD, Dana here. I'm still in Polk County. I know you're right, dude. Hell yeah. Michelle said, much love, JD. Always appreciate what you do. Big love to you, Michelle. Let's get back into some Juddisms.
It all started with a TikTok video, a devious lick. Well, we're going to give you an arrestable lick. I didn't start out with Once Upon a Time in a Land Far Away. because it's true, even though it seems like it should be some kind of horrible fairy tale.
That's pretty cool deal. Wait, you got something to say? This one says, I want to go home with you.
If you're just doing lazy business or sloppy business, either come up with a stone, give the lady her money back. If it's not criminal, there's not going to be any problems. If you ripped her off, you're going to jail. That's a promise.
Did you hear what I said?
All right, so that was just a compilation of some of his best stuff, man. Some of his craziest stuff that he said. And that was over 2 years. I spliced 2 years together for that because I found it enjoyable personally. So that was fun. And I wanted to go through some fun stuff, but I wanted to also show you the serious side. But like, you know, if you piss Judd off, he could be a real son of a gun, bro. And I wanted to show you something because this is from the Parkland shooter press conference. And I just want you guys to see how serious his heart attack is. You've seen him be funny. You've seen him be entertaining. Check this out, though. Let's jump into this because this is pretty crazy. Are you going to do the thing? I pressed the button. Do the thing. Do the thing! Oh, it did the thing.
The Nicholas Cruz verdict, I think you all know about that. That's from the massacre at Parkland, Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. First and foremost, I'm on the Marjory Stoneman Douglas Commission, so I've seen a deep dive into that entire event from when the shooter was a child, and I don't even like to speak his names through my lips, until the horrible tragedy and massacre occurred. Quite frankly, my first response is nothing that comes out of Broward County surprises me. If there's ever been anyone on the face of the earth that deserves...
I love that he's not afraid to call anybody out. You know what I'm saying? There's so much political correctness when you're in an elected position like Judd. And people will be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make waves. I'm not going to call out another county. I'm not going to, call out the state for anything. He don't give a fuck, bro. Why do you think he keeps getting elected? He keeps getting elected because he don't give a fuck. And I'm telling you, we're coming to a place in society again where people aren't trying to fuck with your feelings and what like offends you. Like, it doesn't make you special or important that you got offended by some shit. Honestly, control your triggers, manage your fucking expectations for other people's ability to have free speech. Like, that shit, it doesn't matter if you're offended. That's for you to figure out. So when people come out and they just, look, this is what it is. Brevard County's a whole bunch of bitch. There's a whole bunch of bitch in Brevard County.
Well, he said Broward.
Broward.
And as someone who lived in Broward County for about 30 years, he is not wrong. He is absolutely not wrong.
He's not wrong. I had to point the microphone at Jax. I need to set you up your own microphone, baby. You need your own microphone since you won't come up here and sit next to me and bring all that goddamn pretty on screen with you.
I'm oozing ink right now.
I know. You're like a little squid, and I love it. Moto Rocker, what's up, man? We're birds of a feather. Hope I get to meet you someday. Come to Utah, and I'll hook you up. Bro, I just got to tell you, Moto Rocker, we drove through Utah, and it was so fucking pretty that Jax cried driving through Utah. I would love to go hang out there, man. Yo, somebody said Weird County. That's facts. You're not wrong. Okay, he's getting kind of heated up talking about this. This is a sheriff that cares passionately about protecting his community.
Deserve the death penalty. It was that evil, violent, murdering piece of trash that massacred those children. But I want you to understand that when the Marjory Stoneman Douglas law passed, and among other things, the commission was created, the very last school board to come in compliance with that law in the state of Florida was the Broward County school system. Did you hear what I said? We had to force the Broward County school system to comply with the law And ground zero that created that law was a shooting and a massacre in March.
That is so crazy to me that they were the last ones to comply. After what happened, they were the last ones to comply with a law to keep kids safe. It's fucking nuts, bro. Backwoods Templar said we need to get back to offending everyone. Life was so much simpler then, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just shake it off, bro. Just like after you pee. Shake it more than 3 times, you're jacking off. It shouldn't take you more than 3 shakes to get unoffended. Unfuck thine self, do it quickly and move on. Now everybody's like, fascist, fascist. You're literally the mustache man. It's crazy as fuck. Shut up. No one wants to hear that, bitch.
Stoneman Douglas. Was I shocked that they didn't give him the death penalty? No. Was I surprised that they didn't give him the death penalty? No. But I can tell you, with the rule of law, we're going to respect, obviously, what the jury recommends, and the judge, if she hasn't, will sentence him to life in prison. There's never been a more cold, calculated, premeditated murder than that. And if you can't get the death penalty for that in Broward County, that's not a safe county to live in.
He spoke nothing but facts, bro. That's nothing but truth. I don't know why there's a single living fucking school shooter that has been convicted in this country. You go to a school with a gun and the intention to kill kids, fuck you and the cunt you crawled out of. We should put you down. We should do it publicly. You made a public fucking statement. And a lot of this, that these school shooters, they're doing this for clout nowadays. They're doing it for clout. That's why I don't say their names. In my videos, if you see a school shooting, you'll notice I don't acknowledge their names. I'll talk about the incident. I'll talk about the victims. I'll talk about the police response. But I don't mention their names because it's a clout thing at this point. The clout they should get is a public fucking execution. Not even pay-per-view like I'd like to do with Chomos to try to raise money for the victims. I think we should do public executions for Chomos, pay-per-view that shit, make it like a gladiator thing. You know what I'm saying? Make it entertaining. And then we should take that money and put it towards helping victims and finding more Chomos to put in the fucking arena, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. But with school shooters, I think it should be on the house, dog. I think it should be mandatory watch. Backwoods Templar said, and Blazing Saddles should be shown in schools. Bro, yeah, bro, back in the 80s, the 90s, bro, that shit built character. Drinking out of fucking garden hoses and getting hit by minivans was a rite of passage. Falling off your skateboard and catching a concussion and getting up, you know what I'm saying, and doing it again. Now kids are on iPads all the time, and it's raising weak kids. People need to be offended. It's weird. 00 Snake 7, what's up? Maybe not a public X, for they may want that. They might want that. I don't think anybody wants a public execution. People might think you want to end up dead, but when they're facing it down, bro, everybody has that come to God moment where they're like, oh shit, I'm really going to die now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has that. It's a serious thing to leave this planet, especially when it's non-consensually. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're getting thrown in the ring with some maniac with a machete and another dude with a damn chainsaw for an arm. I'm just spitballing here, but I'd like to see it. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see it. A dude with a potato cannon that just shoots a shitload of HIV infected needles, just like a bunch, like a shotgun spray of HIV infected needles. He's not going to die of the AIDS anyway, but you know, it just add a little bit of scary to it. Put a little rust on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Dip it in a little bit of fesses. A little bit of fesses, bro. So, you know, that's what I think. what happened?
If there's ever been anyone on the face of the earth
It's worth
that
watching.
deserved
again
the
real
death
quick.
penalty, it was that evil, violent, murdering piece of trash that massacred those children.
We should not have any
But I
living
want you to
school shooters,
understand.
dog.
Now,
Not
when the
one.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas law passed, and among other things, was the Broward County school system.
It's crazy.
Did you hear the system to comply with the law? And was I shocked that they didn't
Nope.
give him the death penalty? No. Was I surprised that they didn't give him the death penalty? No.
Jax, why do you think that they didn't give him the death penalty out there in that particular county?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, is that county a hardcore county? What's their get down out there? That's where Miami Way is, right?
Well, Broward County is just north of Miami-Dade County, and obviously, I don't know. I mean, I moved up to Volusia County in 2014, so I was already up in Volusia County when that happened. But I honestly, I don't know, because I have friends whose kids were at that school at the time of that shooting, and thankfully, my friends' kids made it through. In fact, some of them were actually at the school shooting that just happened at a college in Florida. But
The FSU shooting. Think
Correct.
about living through a
Correct.
high school shooting and ending up in a fucking college shooting.
so I don't know what the holdup is, or as Grady Judd would say, that the hitch and the giddy up would be, because I don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I watched these kids grow up from the time they were babies all the way up. And to see them go through this is just absolutely horrendous. So the fact that this individual is still breathing is beyond me.
Absolutely. And we have a Broward County resident right now saying he's from Broward County and it's nothing but a bunch of pieces of shit in the legal system. We are between West Palm Beach and Miami. James Hawkins Jr., thank you for pitching in. He says, because I'm actually from Broward County. Thank you. I appreciate you letting us know what your take on it is. That's kind of how I feel about the people who make the laws out here in the state of Oregon, man. You know, one of our representatives here in the state of Oregon, while everything that's going on in the state of Oregon that's going on right now is going on, she is out in El Salvador. This dusty ass old gremlin went to El Salvador to try to advocate for an MS-13 gang member instead of doing something for our state, which is in literal fucking disrepair, dog. Literal disrepair. It's so bad here. And they're talking about raising property taxes after they've misappropriated billions of dollars already. We need to put them on timeout, bro. We need to put them in the corner, put them over our knee, and it's crazy what's going on. Bitch, get back here from El Salvador and do the job we paid you for. And if she took that flight or paid for her hotels on any of our Oregon money, she needs to be arrested for that, because that's fraudulent ass behavior. It's crazy as shit.
But I can tell you, with the rule of law, we're going to respect, obviously, what the jury recommends, and the judge, if she hasn't, will sentence him to life in prison.
Now, I want to point out that after the Parkland school shooting, the state of Florida passed a law that you no longer need a unanimous jury decision to be able to get the death penalty. You only need a majority. Instead of getting 12 out of 12 to give somebody that permanent dirt nap, you only need 8 out of 12 now. They passed that with the law that if you rape somebody under the age of 13 or under, you're eligible for the death penalty, because they want to kill chomos. They pass those laws with each other so they can kill chomos, dog. Woo! Hey, Mars Ave. Hello, family. Not in a good spot mentally today. Remember, clean your wood chipper and get your new blades out annually. Homie, I'm so glad that you're here with us. If you're not in a good spot, you don't need to be alone. Here's a big ass sweaty internet hug for you, my dude. Love you.
There's never been a more cold, calculated, premeditated murder than that. And if you can't get the death penalty for that in Broward County, that's not a safe county to live in.
And that's like whole entire other fucking states, dog, that's applicable to. Like we have we ever executed a school shooter in this country for what they did? I don't even think we do that. Why the fuck don't we do that? I know Oregon sure doesn't. Kip Kinkle is still out there. Probably, I think he was at OSCI last I heard. He did the Thurston school shooting. I know I said one of their name. I shouldn't have done that. But everybody here has known that dude's name for so long. That dude doesn't have a good time though either, man. That dude does not have a good time. So I think it's really important to acknowledge that Grady Judd, he could be a fun dude. He could be hilarious, but man, he could be serious too. Serious as a heart attack, or serious as the fart that you trusted that wasn't a fart. You know what I'm saying? Woo! I've been on the woo kick lately. I've been enjoying it, man. I don't know. Y'all enjoying it? I do. I'm going to keep doing it. So, Isaac Abbott, bro, I'm only 12 and facing 2 years. Well, man, what'd you do, bro? Actually, if you're facing it, don't talk about your case at all whatsoever. Don't talk about your case at all whatsoever. But look, man, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. I mean, it's not going to be fun. I don't know what state you're in, but you probably go into a JIT camp, because I don't think anybody's going to prosecute you as an adult and put you in an adult prison at the age of 12. JIT camps are pretty violent, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd start doing some burpees, start doing some push-ups, get your weight up, get your endurance up, bro. Because JIT camps, you're going to have to do a show of heart, bro. You're going to have to fight. I hope your parents got you a good lawyer to try to get that down. Maybe get some probations or something like that. You know, they're going to try to scare you, my dog. A lot of the time they try to scare you. They'll tell you, you know, oh, you're going to do 2 years. And then they'll come at you last minute with a deal like, yeah, okay, look, if you don't make us take this to trial, we'll give you some a little more like, 2 years probation, something like that, maybe a suspended sentence, because they hate taking stuff to trial. Woo, that was fun. But yeah, oh, you had a gun with the switch. Isaac, you're 12, dog. Why do you need a gun with the switch, dog? That's crazy. I don't know, bro. You're 12 years old. You got a criminal record yet? Hopefully this is your first offense. You way too young for this shit, bro. You got a long life of being in the penitentiary, in and out, if you don't switch it up, dog. There's no reason for you to be carrying around a switch, little homie. I love you to death, dog, but you don't need to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying?
When you say first offense, hopefully it's the last one.
That would be great too. That would be great too. 6 months suspended. Mr. Reddy, I don't know, man. They take them switches pretty damn serious, bro. Scott, no, we're not talking to him like that, bro. We love him. He made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That's just when you're 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? That shit might seem sweet. That shit might seem fun. He's got consequences, you know. Hey, JD, what do you think about the state of Montana? Well, Jeffrey Toll, I've never made it to Montana, homie. I would love to come to Montana. Joshua Murphy, what's a switch? What is a switch? Well, on a gun, a switch makes the gun fully automatic. If it's a Nintendo, it's like a portable gaming system. I would think that a 12-year-old would be more appropriate to have the portable gaming system than the fully automatic. You know what I'm saying? That's a little better. Scott said, I don't know, it's a different world than when I grew up. It's a way different world, bro. It's a way different world. Attachment made by Glock. Yeah, and they're cracking down on those. So look, man, that's the thing. That's the thing with them switches. That's what old Crip Mac got hemmed up with. And they gave old Crip Mac a sweet deal, bro. They could have hit him with ACC. They all the way could have hit Crip Mac with ACC, armed career criminal. That's federal. If they hit you with armed career criminal, you're doing, I think it's, last I heard, I believe it's 15 years mandatory minimum day for day. So you're going to serve every day of 15 years. Joe Christmas, what's up, homie? Getting better at catching your lives. So happy to be in this community. I'm a father of 3 daughters and do everything possible to protect them. Love feeling like you got their back with the work you do. Well, yo, Joe, us dads, we all got to stick together, bro. I don't know how you feel, but the second that I ended up having my first kid, I felt the palpable weight of the fact that, like, I had to protect that kid, dog. 3 girls, man. I'll be on the porch with the shotgun. I'll be on that porch with the shotgun, big dog. I got a lot of boys, and we got 1 beautiful girl. But 3 girls, man. Whew. Let's see, the whole world is a threat. Got to tell you, bro. Shelly Angel. Hey, JD, as a female disabled veteran, may I ask what you think of the state of Virginia or the state of the VA healthcare system? I'm not sure if you know what's happening in the VA, but we really need help. May God bless you. Well, I'm going to just tell you, Shelly Angel, thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. I genuinely appreciate you. I had friends in Florida, multiple friends. I hang out with a lot of veterans. Veterans are my favorite types of people. You know what I'm saying? And I get along real well with them. I never served, but I've been to prison. So we kind of understand each other on a different level. And so I spent a lot of time going with them to their VA appointments because a lot of the time they didn't want to go alone because it's such a fucked up experience. You know what I'm saying? So I would be like an emotional support human to my friends who had to go to the VA, drive them there and sit with them while they had to go through the rigmarole. It was terrible in Florida. It was terrible. I felt so bad. They deserved better. Backwoods Templar. Why'd you go off screen, homie? Give me my comment back. Computer. Hold on, Backwoods. I'm coming to you. We never want to go alone. See, Shelly, I know that, sis. And that's why I didn't let my friends go alone, homie. I always went with them. Backwoods Templar said, kids today don't know how to throw hands. It's sad. Really, like, that's a huge thing, bro. There's like confidence and there's fake confidence. Confidence comes from knowing that you can handle yourself in any situation. Fake confidence is like holding a gun or a knife and going, yeah, I can handle myself. You ain't going to have a gun or a knife in prison, homie. I mean, you might have a little shankety shank. But, bro, if you want to be tough with your bare hands. Be tough in any situation. Confidence comes from knowing you can handle your business just all you. Au natural, dog. You know what I'm saying? I think that kids did a lot better when, they used to fight it out as kids. Because then at least like there's so many kids out here who don't even know what it's like to get punched in the face. And then they grow up to be adults that talk shit to people on the internet, which is crazy. Johnny Somali for Cabbage Patch 2025. Look, man, I don't even know what Cabbage Patch you're talking about. See, I'm from Florida, so we got a biker bar out there called the Cabbage Patch where girls do coleslaw wrestling and shit during bike week. I'm pretty sure that's not what you mean, but yeah, no, he's cooked. He's cooked out. Is Cabbage Patch some new term that I don't know about? Is this like gooning or bricked and I'm saying some weird shit? Shelly Angel said, I'm very sick. I've had multiple brain surgeries, and next week I'm having a spinal cord stimulator put in. The VA has denied me the care that I need. Now I can't get a referral. See, it makes me so sick that our heroes go through that after what they sacrificed. I'm so sorry to hear that, sis. I hate what we do. Our country doesn't keep up its end of the deal. Y'all go over there. You put your lives on the line. You put your whole lives on hold. You give everything. Some don't make it back. And the ones that do, we don't treat them accordingly. And that's gross. And I wish that there was something more that the people could do, because it's our government that's doing this. But I promise you, them motherfuckers in Washington don't give a fuck about us. There's not a single person in this chat right now that them motherfuckers in Washington would blink twice if we died. Not a single one of us. They hate us, bro. We're peasants to them. They put on a good face when they're on TV and shit. That's why I could never be an anybody's supporter. Them bitches don't support us, dog. Nuh-uh. No. There's ones that have policies that I agree with more than the other one's policy. But no, bro. No. So the people have to have each other's backs. And I wish there was more that we could do to support our heroes. Joe Christmas. I'm on the porch with the couple if needed. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Shotgun porch dad. I stopped doing a lot when I found out I was going to be a dad. Been all about them ever since. Much love. Much love to you, brother. It's always awesome to meet another amazing dad. Keep them babies safe, bro. If anything ever happens, man, just know they got a big ass tattooed uncle who's dumb as fuck. I'll slide through, homie. Love you, man. Keep them babies safe. Tickle said, I went from alcoholic homeless to a mortgage paying dad. Yeah, proud of you. Cleared up some charges, got my FOID card, and now I have a CCW class coming up. If I can do it, I would hope someone else could. Homie, that's so dope. And we just got really great news as felons, nonviolent felons, just got really great news because the Brian Range case, Brian Range fought a felon in possession of a firearm charge, and he won. And it's been tossed back and forth between a bunch of courts, but basically it set a precedent saying that it is unconstitutional to take a nonviolent felon's gun rights away from them. And there was one final avenue it had to go through. And Pam Bondi had a deadline to be able to schedule trying to oppose it. And she declined to do so. So that ruling is going to stand now. So that's going to be a great pathway for felons, nonviolent felons, to be able to get their gun rights back. And I believe that if you've gone in and you did your time, that you should be able to get all of your rights restored, unless you're a chomosexual. If you're a chomosexual, you should get your wood chipper restored. Feet first, slow mode. You're too soft, punk. Damn, family. You really upset? Somebody hurt your pussy? You got sand up in your vag today? Just jump in here to talk shit? That's cool, man. You still commenting, you still watching, you still making me money. Thanks, bitch. Keep going. Run a bunch more comments. Get my shit out there so that more people that are actual decent human beings who want to be a part of a good community where we love each other and support each other get to see.
The only problem with what you said is that he cannot comment any longer.
Oh, sorry, bitch boy. My wife got your ass.
Not me. It was Dre.
Dre! Motherfucker forgot about Dre. Yeah, you don't do that. Don't forget about Dre. I got snipers, dog. Woo! Shelly Angel, sis, I'm so sorry about your situation. Shelly Angel said, thank you for your support. Keep protecting them babies. I love this country and serve to protect the Constitution and rights we have as American citizens. God bless you. God bless you, sis. God bless you. We love you. I love the fuck out of this country. I love the principles that we were founded upon. I love the people. I love the land. I don't trust the people that are in charge, though, because they do shit like cover up shit like Epstein. We still ain't got that. Where the fuck are my Epstein files? I want the list and I want arrests, motherfucker. Where's that shit at, dog? Where is that shit at? Why are we not wrapping people up for them kids, dog? Shit's crazy as fuck to me. But I love the people and I love the principles that we are founded upon. And I love the fact that we have the opportunities that we all have in this country. I know it might seem like our opportunities are not the same as they were for our parents or our grandparents or their parents. You know what I'm saying? It's diminished, but still, I believe in the American dream. You know, I may never be a millionaire, but I have a life that I like, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sober and I'm not committing crimes. I ain't got to do no dumb shit to keep it, man. I had to work real hard and I had to work on myself before everything else around me would line up. Because there was problems up here, dog. I had a lot of problems. But I believe in the American dream. And I believe that everybody around the world should have the opportunity to have the life that makes them happy and be prosperous. Because I believe that everyone in this entire universe, every living creature is connected. So what's good for me is good for you. And what's good for you is good for the next person. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I like it when we all come up, except the pedophiles. Pedophile WEF, control the Western world. What is a WEF? I don't know what the WEF is. Shell Angel, you have a beautiful family and shows that you have overcome. That's what's amazing. And I did put in hard work to be able to overcome, but I was given opportunities. I was given opportunities by judges. I was given grace beyond what I deserved by God. And I was given opportunities by men who came before me, who were willing to spend their time to show me how to live when all I knew was doing bad, doing wrong, man. And now I get to return that to other people. I get to pay that forward. And what a fucking beautiful thing that is. Because it means that my story that wouldn't mean a damn thing has a use now, because I can use it to reach other people. And it's amazing that God gave me that. And I'm grateful every single day that I wake up that God gave me that. So, all right, you guys, it's about dinner time for me. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for being amazing. Thank y'all for being a part of our family and our community. You guys are absolutely beautiful. We love you. I'm going to be back. I'm not going to be back tomorrow. I got a tattoo appointment tomorrow and I'm going to get drilled on my head. Ugh! I got to finish up, man. You know what I'm saying? I got the top of the back there. I got to put a little piece up there. And anytime I get my head tattooed, I usually end up spending about the rest of the day with a headache because it's just drilling into your skull. So I'll probably be back Friday to hang out with y'all. I love you guys, man. I hope the rest of your week is smooth. We'll kick off the weekend right. For anybody who's not out there doing anything, be safe. Know that you're loved. Know that you matter. Know that you're worth it. And until the next one love, baby. Be good or be good at it. It's complicated to end a stream. Whoa.